Hello everyone, and welcome back to another short edition of Team ZMU Short Journey to Your Monetization. Today, or this afternoon, we're going to be addressing one of the questions that I just recently got from one of a comment on one of my previous video dealing with SEO or search engine optimization. The comment stated, what if I don't use, or what if I don't do SEO? What does that really affect my channel? What does that really do for my business, right? So there's a couple of things that you need to understand. SEO, search engine optimizer, search engine optimization, its main goal is to put you up in the top ranks. Its main goal and purpose is to allow your channel to be visible or discoverable in the search engines out there. So clearly there's some effects of not using SEO or not using SEO process effectively. So there's a couple of things. When someone uses an SEO, what they're really doing is successfully using SEO campaigns. Okay, it begins with the keywords. It begins with keyword searches or keyword templates that pertains to your channel, pertains to your business, pertains to the products that you're offering. Okay, now there are a lot of tools out there. Okay, there's a lot of tools that you can use. Some of these are keyword tools, right? Keyword FX, right? Or SEM Rush. These are apps or software that you can use that will help you discover some of the keywords that you should be using in your description, in your title, or in your video. It allows you to pinpoint the keywords that you should be targeting in your video or in your business. Phrases that people search for. These are phrases that people search for online. So you already have a leg up. You already have an advantage by using some of these software to help you come up with those phrases or those keywords. It actually will help you to create your videos around these keywords, because you have to remember, as I said previously, your title is searchable. Your descriptions, the words that you use and the phrases that you use in the description of your video is searchable. The words or phrases that you use inside your videos, the words that you say, are searchable. Even your thumbnail is searchable, right? So by using the proper phrases, the proper keywords, it makes your video a little bit more discoverable in the search engines out there. Previously, I mentioned that every minute that goes by, Google processes 40,000 keywords. Every day in a 24-hour period, Google processes 3.5 billion keywords or phrases throughout the day. All right, so it's a huge number that you need to be a part of. And also, remember, I also said previously that SEO phrases and keywords, it's a 53% possibility that your video or your channel or your company could be searched. You want to use that percentage, right? So what are you technically doing when you're using SEO? You're integrating the keywords naturally. You're integrating the keywords that you want to use into your title, into your video, to allow it to be discoverable by the general public. Although the search engines out there aren't yet sophisticated enough, right? They're not sophisticated enough to read and understand content like humans, like human beings do, but they're evolving daily. They're evolving naturally on a regular basis because of all the different algorithms that are out there. So understand that it's almost like an artificial intelligence system that would allow you to rank top in the search engine results out there. Okay, it's the best way to avoid being penalized. Okay, what I mean by being penalized is, obviously, if you keep using the same words over and over, that's all that's going to appear in your search engine, or when people search for you, those are going to be the words that you're going to pop out at. So you want to diversify and use as many different types of keywords or topics or phrases in your video to ensure that people can actually search it, and that you would rank in the top searches when those keywords come up when they're actually searching for it, right? This could potentially mean using fewer keywords in your video, right? Using fewer keywords means that you're targeting the specific words over and over in your videos, okay? But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. All right, it just means that you're focused on that topic. You're focused on those keywords. That's why you keep using it over and over in your video. Okay, the more popular method is obviously using as many different keywords and phrases that could potentially be searched on Google or on Yahoo or on any search engine out there that would maximize the exposure of your channel. Okay, so what other marketing companies do is very simple. They focus on long tail keywords. What are long tail keywords? Longer keywords, not just SEO, not just the word search engine optimization, right? They focus on putting keywords together and combining them to make a longer version keyword, such as, why is SEO important? What, or how would I benefit from SEO? Notice that those are long tail keywords that people generally search those things, right? I mean, think about it. When you're on Google searching for something, you're not actually just typing in one word. You're almost typing a full sentence, right? A full sentence or a phrase. Why is SEO important? How will SEO benefit me? Question mark, right? So those are considered to be long tail keywords that if you use them, you're more unique than the person that says, what is SEO? I mean, that's pretty generalized, right? What is SEO? Versus, what's the benefit of practicing SEO? How could SEO benefit me, or how SEO can benefit my channel or my business, right? So long tail keywords, right? So that's one of the key ways that is being used out there, and I suggest that you start looking into those options just because of the fact that it would help your channel, it would help your video a little bit more, okay? Focusing on those longer keywords is key nowadays, because when you're searching something on Google, you're not just searching one word, you're actually searching a phrase, something that you thought of in your mind. And as a human being, our thoughts are not one word thoughts. They're typically long-winded, right? Or it's a phrase, okay? Finding the right long tail keyword and phrases, yeah, it's going to require some time. Okay, it's gonna require a little bit of practice. It's your ability to come up with all the different scenarios, all the different words that you can think of, that you can come up with, that you would think another human being would potentially say to themselves or ask themselves, and actually, you know, search online. So it almost requires a little bit of outside the box thinking, right? And a lot of those apps for keywords they're gonna help you come up with these phrases. They're gonna help you come up with these words, and all you have to really do is literally put them together that makes sense, right? Put certain words together and combine them, put certain keywords together and combine them, that it would create a phrase or create a sentence that people would generally be more likely to search online instead of just one word keywords, right? So again, realize that SEO is the wave of the future. You can't really avoid it. You have to adapt to it if you want to survive the competitive nature of the marketplace or the internet world, right? SEO is changing rapidly. It changes rapidly because of all of the data that they're putting in, all of the results that they're basically analyzing and evaluating, that it changes the algorithm of the SEO world. Okay, and we have no choice but to adapt to it if we want to survive that wave, right? You can no longer, the days of just creating a video and uploading it to YouTube and hope that you get views, those days are gone, you guys. YouTube is a worldwide phenomenon. YouTube is a worldwide phenomenon that every minute of the day, every hour of the day, there's some ridiculous amount of terabytes that are going and being uploaded to YouTube, and you have to compete with that. You have to compete with those other channels. Do you honestly think you're the only one with a cooking channel, right? Think about that. And also, do you honestly think that you're the only one that has the recipe for the best salsa? Do you think you're the only one that have the best possible recipe for a grilled burger? right? It's unrealistic to think that you're the only one left. Back in the day when YouTube first started, yes, because that's what people did, is they uploaded short videos on YouTube and people just randomly clicked on it because it was there. Today, not anymore. Today, you're competing with hundreds or thousands of similar channels that you have. And your job is what? Your job is to take your channel, your job is to take your video and let it rank on the top results so that it gives the viewer, your customer, a reason to click on it. You have to give him that reason and say, my video is ranking up there. Why? Because based on the algorithm, based on the human behavior, and based on what you searched on Google, I came up. Yes, the people that I'm competing with has 30,000 views. I only have 60 views because I showed up on the rankings. You should take the time to watch my video. You're giving your viewers the reason to click on your video. What if you showed up? How many of you guys, think about it, how many of you guys actually you went on YouTube or you went on Google and searched for a topic? How many of you guys viewed the result that came in on the second page or the third page? Raise your hand, right? Raise your hand if you're one of those guys that searched a topic and you viewed every single video on the first page and you're gonna view all the videos on the second page or the third page. Not likely. Not likely. You have to show up on that first page. You have to show up on that first top 10 results to even get a good chance for your best recipe to show up, right? So again, it's rapidly changing. We have to adapt to it if we want to survive the wave of it. So the question of, is SEO still relevant? The question of is SEO still mandatory? It's a resounding yes. It is still relevant. It is still mandatory if you want to be viewed, if you want to survive the competition. Because think about it. If your sole goal of being a YouTuber or having your channel on YouTube is just for fun and it's just a hobby, then yeah, you may not need SEO because it's just a hobby. You have no further goal than just using YouTube as a big hard drive, right? But if your ultimate goal is actually generating a channel and creating a lot or attracting a lot of subscribers that you could actually make some form of revenue with your channel, then the question of, is SEO something that I should do? The answer is a resounding yes. It's a big yes. You have to do it. So what exactly happens if you don't use SEO? Well, very simple. Number one, your channel will be buried into the second or third or fourth page of a search result. No one is gonna wanna watch your videos because they didn't know it existed. You could have the best possible content. You could have an exclusive interview or an exclusive video that you know that everyone in the world would want to see, but no one knows about it. And if no one knows about it, no one is going to watch your video. And if no one is watching your video, you're not going to get additional subscribers. You're not going to attract attention. Guess what? Even the guy or the gal that barely knows how to edit a video, even the person that barely knows how to do thumbnails and make attractive thumbnails, but they know how to do SEO, they practiced it, they learned about it, they watched enough videos about it. Even that guy could outperform you. Even that channel can outperform you. You have the best video. You have the best equipment. You edited your video wonderfully. You added so many other features in your video that it's actually top notch. It's class A video. The problem is you couldn't get it in front of someone. You could not get your video in front of someone to watch. So who do you think is gonna survive that trend? The little guy. The little guy will survive and is gonna adapt and triumph and win that battle. And believe me, they have no problem doing their SEO better than you do. They have no problem doing that because they already know what SEO can do. They already know how important it is. So if you're sitting there and thinking to yourself, I want to get my channel monetized, good for you. Then what? Once you have your channel monetized, what are you going to do with your channel if no one's watching your videos? I always tell all of our members, it's one of the things that you need to learn, and you need to perfect, and you need to practice over and over so that you can survive your monetization. Because we can monetize you, that's not a problem. The problem is, are you going to survive afterwards? So again, hopefully this addresses that question. If you have any other topics or questions that you want me to address, feel free to ask it in the comments area of this video, or send me a Facebook message. My link is on the description. I will try to address that topic. If I know enough about it, I'll certainly will. If I don't know much about it, I'll certainly study it, because it only benefits me to help benefit you. Okay, so once again, thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button on the side, and please hit that bell, because you certainly want to be notified of new videos or new topics that come up that could potentially help you in your growth. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in our short journey to monetization. Stay safe always.